Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverages. A quite sweet, albeit no added sugar, mixed berry crush. Very tasty indeed. So welcome back to the game. In the previous episode, we were changing up a couple of things. We obviously altered policies, we put in a lot of flooring, which is, yeah, I'm glad we've got that done. It's now all completed and generally progressed on. In this episode, well, put it this way, we're going to accelerate things. Quick build, custom, cloning, and oh look, we have this thing selected. What if we clone the cell block to get cell block, I guess a dormitory E? And how many people do we have building it? Well, there's 50 workers at this stage. Why don't we double that and make sure that this thing is built with all of the haste that is indeed able to be mustered? There we go. Obviously, we could go further, but, well, I think doubling our workforce is more than enough. Speaking of more than enough, our balance is good, our daily cash flow is good, I think our intake is good. Yeah, we're about to reach that 808 in the next day or so. So, yes, overall, pretty happy with the progress. What I do want to do, though, is go over to policy, and we're going to change policy. So for most things, we are going to change the structure to have it as lockdown. Basically, if you attack staff or attack a prisoner, and actually we'll say lockdown for that. So we'll say basically solitary if it's escape attempt, attacked staff, serious injury, and murder. Everything else is lockdown. Now, I would very much like to keep them back to what we did change it to. But here's the thing. I mean, we've already got how many people? It says 71 in solitary and 14-hour waiting. So we simply don't have the space. If one cell block kicks off, or forbid any more than that, we basically have all of these inmates that are ready to go to solitary, and we simply don't have the space. So I'm going to need to alter that. Obviously, that will... yeah, it will be reflected in the reoffending rate, which is... well, I'll see what it is in but a moment. But yeah, like I said, changing all of these guys. These are all potential confidential informants. Naturally, we're going to recruit them as that. And it does remove them from the solitary area. They get basically an early release. And we might as well just go through and change all of these over. That's one over there. The game, in terms of performance, is starting to struggle a little bit, which is why it may seem... the mouse movements are a bit sloppy. There's random just frame drops, which means selecting things can be problematic. And to make it even worse, I'm going to put it to max speed so we can get this built. So let's just see how we get on. Lots of discussion about some couple of changes, and I have went ahead and fixed a couple of the doors that were mentioned. I don't think I've got all of them though, just because it's quite a large facility. And again, mentioning about the regime and how we can change up the sleep time, and we may go ahead and do that. With the 4 hours of sleep at the moment, I'm not too concerned, and every time there has been a bit of an escape, we've managed to stop it with the current security measures, shall we say. And yeah, there you go. And obviously we have things like the chapel going on, the workshop, and other reform things, which is, well, we've got the reoffending rate to 39%. So, you know, it's been better and it's been worse. And that was a couple of tunnels detected over here. I don't truly believe that is a tunnel. I don't think that is at all. It's just, yeah, the nature of that, the trigger where the dog's walking across. Obviously, we discussed as well the overall design and how we could have changed these middle ones to better reflect the needs of the facility, basically moving over the dog kennel closer to the middle. I think that's a case of, you know what, we acknowledge that it should have been in the middle. Next time, if we do something like this, that's what it'll be. So yeah, in terms of our staffing, we have 130 guards, 6 doctors. We have quite a number of cooks, but I'm going to increase that to 75. We have 3 snipers. I don't think we need more than 3, because we only have 1 person posted. We have 130 guards, 16 janitors. Mentioning about this thing here, about the laundry, it looks like a reload has indeed fixed a lot of it, so I'm happy with that. But I am going to, because I can, hire some more janitors. And yeah, there we go. We have 3 grants on the go, which is almost certainly not going to get done. And that is apparently a tunnel there. I don't believe that. No, the dog went over the top and didn't trigger it again. So it is probably a bit of a falsehood. We still have issues with subsidence. I daren't even click on that button there. Oh my good grief! If that falls down again, well, I don't know. It doesn't bear thinking about, quite honest. Let's go over to our staffing here, and I'm just double checking the staffing is all correct. This is a bit of a point of contention, adding in the library here, but people are going in there, and if we check out the needs, we can see that literature is going down. So that's good. That is very good indeed. It's sort of heading in the right direction. We have lots of visitors on site as well. I'm just going to double check again the deployment to make sure it's all above board, and it looks to be, there might be the odd little bit that I've missed, but no, it seems to be all in there as well. There was a problem with wiring, which was these bits, or I think it was maybe down the bottom. Anyway, that's all sorted now as well. Although yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I'd missed something. Door control system, we've got 14 doors. Let's go for these ones here. Actually, no, let's go for maybe that one, because that should power these ones, which is now correct. Yes, and this one should power that one and that one, which it is. Yeah, I say power, it's for the connections. So obviously with the whole building this thing in one go, the whole clone thing, this is going to cause a lot of issues when it comes to the stuff coming in on the wagons. We can see loads of stuff here, in fact loads of ingredients which have yet to be shifted, which is curious. Laundry is getting done there. I bet there's no laundry here. Oh, there is. It's just the laundry baskets are on the on the move. Laundry baskets, I'm just going to place some more in there. In fact, what I'll do as well is I'll prioritize the placing of those. And okay, there is about 100,000 generic units of currency spent. I actually think it was about that as well. That list is absolutely ridiculous. And that was for all of the items in this room. So over to deployment and to staff only, and I'm just going to change this to staff only, just so that we have, well, for a start, this has to be staff only. This is always going to be staff only. I think that as well, while we wait for, stuff to arrive. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we have obviously got a lot of daily cash flow. It's gone down a little bit considering we've doubled our workforce, but we can see also that there's a lot of workers who are going to collect this stuff, and I found as well that it seems to be getting a bit confused at times, and workers will come along, they'll do something, and then they won't be able to do it, and they'll just sort of do this little circle dance thing and then wander off. It's a curious thing when you see it. I'll try and catch it. And that is missing there. I bet that isn't even planned anymore. I bet you it's not even planned anymore. No, it's not. So that is completely missing. And what's happened there is basically they've tried to build it about 10 times, and then it cancels the building. I'm going to prioritize that just because it's going to bug me otherwise. I'm hoping it doesn't interfere with the clone tool. I mean, it probably is. What I'm noticing as well, though, with all of these workers, you can see stuff is getting... Oh, I'm going to have to... Sorry. You can tell when the prisoners get up of a morning because it's actually running a fairly decent frame rate right until the game has to calculate pathing for 800-odd inmates. Yeah, you can get some issues there. Also a little bit of a fight from James Palmer here. Curious. Over to our informants once again. We have potential CI, so we'll recruit said informant. We have how many prisoners up for parole does that say? 233 prisoners. Yep, it definitely says that. Okay. I'm going to check reform, but I bet it's... Oh, okay, I was going to say I bet it's gone up, but actually it's not gone up at all. It's went down by a percentage to 38%. I think the best we've seen is 36, or the highest we've seen is definitely in the 40s. So, yeah, just keep managing this thing. We are on that point now where we just have to get this built. It's just about, look, that's the goal. Get this built, tick the box, smile, never load it again. That's not the case. I'm looking forward to the extreme testing and escape episodes as well. But it'd be nice to get that little achievement. Yes, we've completed what we set out to do. How many inmates? We've got 32 inmates arriving shortly. Yes, indeed. And how are the building? Oh, apparently a tunnel. Oh, it's all the way down there. I'm not even going to waste your time by heading that way. So I'm going to lock open these doors. Naturally, we need to make sure that the workers have access in here quite regularly and easily without having to mess around too much. We can see that this is classed as a canteen, so I don't know if anyone's going to go over there to actually fill it. I don't want to set it to staff, because then it just breaks it, and it's just all manner of problems. We also don't have any utilities over there. There is technically a utilities running right down the middle, and that's fine, but we need it to run off this one. So we'll be basically following the similar thing on the right-hand side. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. So that is the frame rate when it's paused. Lovely and smooth. And then unpause. Even just normal speed, and then fast. Oh, yeah, right. There's definitely a discernible difference from my end. I don't know how the YouTube processing is going to affect that, but hey ho. 18 grand for early release. That's for parole, which is good. And also lots of stuff being detected through here. Let's have a quick look at that. For the last 24 hours, we have found a pick, which is good. Curious, there's lots of stuff being found with people coming in. In fact, there's more being found with people coming in than going out. I don't know what that says about the about this facility, but there you go. Prison labour. We got prisoners maxed out in there, and maxed out in there, and there, and there. We're not going to have them in the laundry because that is indeed not what we want. And checking out needs. There is a bit of a critical sleep need. I say a bit. It doesn't look very much, but that's 80 prisoners have a critical need for sleep. Yes, clothing though is fixed. So it basically a reload is sorted out, and obviously the addition of more people working in there. I do want to buy as well the shares, but the shares are a total of 165 generic units of currency. Not exactly change you would find down the back of the sofa. Although I can't guarantee that because I'm not entirely sure what sofa you sit on. Right, how we're going to do for... that light always bugs me there. That's a tunnel there. That could be legitimate. Oh, I've just realised. That's why that didn't clone. I'm blaming the cloning tool, and it's not. It's just because that wasn't done. Let's do a tunnel search. 12 places to search. People were worried about these tunnels here. As far as I'm aware, you can't tunnel from solitary, but I've not actually tried it. Either way, we've not had any problems, and when you just tunnel search, they don't search those toilets in solitary. So it's not something I'm going to overly concern myself with. We're still searching, and as they find things, they then search the toilet again. So it's like a self-fulfilling search. It will always search and search and search until there's nothing left in the toilets. But as there's over 200 inmates at each place, by the time they search one toilet, they then end up searching the other one, and then basically, as you can see, we're finding more. But luckily, we did find a wooden pickaxe, so that's actually a really good thing. So this is, in effect, a bit it's actually a bit like cheating. Because we're not doing a shakedown, so we're not riling everybody up. All we're doing is searching 2 toilets of all of the items in each of the dormitories. And we may find something, we might not. But if we do, we keep searching. So it's basically like a permanent search in those tunnels that doesn't annoy people. There you go. And someone else has stashed it elsewhere. It keeps going. How we're doing for workers? I think we're doing okay. My concern was food, and it is a bit of a concern. We can see we're only up to 65% and increasing. There's 2 wooden pickaxes found and 5 drills. It's more curious that they've managed to get electric and metallic drills through the metal detectors. Multiple layers of metal detector. It has to, assuming it's been nicked, come through 1 metal detector and then 2 at minimum. Yes, at minimum, it's gone through those. How curious. All right, so we are receiving 64 inmates in the next intake. Pretty good. There's that tunnel. I haven't touched it. It's doing it. Yeah. A couple of people have requested as well that we do roll call. And roll call is an interesting one. It's actually very useful. Hey, we finally finished the tunnel search. So what happens is that you activate it. It doesn't actually have a tooltip, but you activate it, and all of the inmates stand next to their beds. Or I think in cells they might stand at the door. I think beds though. And what it allows you to do is to go through and see where people are missing. It doesn't really work for dormitories because it's so large, especially in this case here, that you can't really see. You can't really see like who's missing. If they are missing, you don't know if they're missing from that bed because it's just classed as where they are assigned. So they are assigned to this room rather than that particular bunk. And secondly, it riles them up like nothing else. It is ridiculously problematic. If I activated it, this danger level would go to max level, and it wouldn't be affected by anything we do really until like later on, after about 12 hours, or might be 24. Either way, I didn't even click the button to show you. Oh, we got a tunnel, and right in the middle. Looks like we found it early. So remove tunnels. We'll select that and remove that. We'll prioritize that, and we will lock down everything. And there we go. So we'll also do a, where is it? A guard response over to there. And let's see what's happening. So it looks like the inmates are, they're actually getting stopped over here. I'll initiate a guard response there. And that is, I'm going to turn off that lockdown because there's some inmates charging through here, but they're not actually charging to get out. They're just wanting to go and do whatever they need to do. So Mark, Petit, we've seen them before actually. Their name rings a bell. And they're hanging around at the front door, waiting to be escorted out. So there it is. Oh, this is done. Brilliant. Right, so deployment and shared, all. And, well, let's connect things up. So there's another 32 inmates going to arrive. I want to run the electrical cable then in here. Is that how I've done it previously? Indeed I have. Oh, that's a bit dangerous. Let me sell that bit of utility there and that bit there, because otherwise, even though there's no connections, it could prove problematic. And that's obviously something we want to avoid, like blowing the entire grid up as it's pretty much been built. So this is going to run across and up to there and then to there. These are going to run across and to there and to there. Naturally, the water pipe is going to have a similar system. It's going to run down like that, and it seems to be getting, the water pipe seems to be getting slightly larger. Now, I'm using the large pipe slightly more as I progress on with this build. No matter, no matter. Okay, so run across there, and there, and there it is. So that's that set. We're going to go to our patrols. I can't even stomach that. I'll do that later. Wiring. We've got to wire the searchlights, which is going to come from those two, which are fine. Yep, and then we need more CCTV monitors. We're going to need even more, I believe. Oh no, I did work it out before. Past me is sort of current me out. Right, that's all selected. Yeah, we've turned off all of the lockdowns. You can see there's several require solitary confinement and indeed require lockdowns, etc. The problem we have at the moment is, in terms of our staff programs, we're not running guard taser. We're running fire safety training and first aid training, even though that a lot of the people that we have, it's a temporary measure. You know, we're not going to keep all of these staff on board, sadly. Anyway, we have to go for patrols now and set up our patrol. So it's going to be a blue patrol, and it's going to go around the outside here, sort of. So I need to find the middle, which is here. And is it 8 in total? Width is 8. Width is 8. Yes, and look at that flooring that's missing. That's the inmates I was going to say the inmates ripping the flooring up. That's not the case. The inmates are not ripping the flooring at all. It's that the tunnels are breaking that open. Just going to run the other bit of flooring in here because we can, and that's the end of that chat. So how do we want this? One there, one here, one there, one there, one there, there, and there, I believe. Okay, let's do the patrolling. So we've got this in blue. I'm just going to go to normal speed just because it gives us better frame rate and it's actually playable. It's not unplayable at the moment, not by any extent. It is actually, it's okay. It's fine. It's to be expected and within tolerance for this sort of build with the amount of prisoners that we have. So just selecting all of the patrols here, getting it roughly set, and it goes in and around like this. Don't know why the camera moved over there. If it was an event, the bell would ring. And is it that one? I think it's that one. So what do we have on this one? Let's go dog handlers first. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say we should have more than that, actually. Should be that. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, I had a dog handler missing from that one, I think. Yes, and then assigned guards. It is 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and actually another dog handler in there. Okay, I think that's correct. That's fine. How many dog handlers do we have? The answer is probably not enough. We have... Well, we now have 80. Just going to double check. Guard taser. Only 69% are finished. That is a curious number. There's loads of guards getting body armor. And 100 prisoners are going to be arriving in the next 45 minutes. So this is all set. We can see inmates actually coming in, and they are indeed on the dumbbell racks and on them, using the dumbbell racks on the weights benches. I saw someone sitting in the canteen there, just reading a book. Sort of ironically in darkness, so probably you can't even see what's going on. Utilities is all connected, that's fine. And there is the extra intake. 100 people. Let's see what sort of inmates we have. Look at that. Look at that list. How many confidential informants do we have? It must be 30 plus. It has to be. Ex-law enforcement, supply of foodie, ex-law enforcement, some unknowns. Yeah, good. I was about to say, do we have a bank loan? Obviously we don't. No, we do not have a bank loan. Alright. And there it is. They're just wiring it up now. Speaking of wiring up, we are going to go to wiring and to connections. CCTV 1, 2, 3, 4. And there it is. There's most of the lights on. And I think that's it. How's the wiring holding up? Oh, it's holding up actually very well. So we have, well, it says at the top right, 1,010. We can have 1,010 inmates. We're getting 52 tomorrow. Good. That would take us over. Some potential CIs in here, yeah. Over the 1,000. Oh, they're already a CI. Yes, some of them are already informants. So there we are. Is there anything we can do in terms of programs? I think it's pretty much set, isn't it? Look at the foundation education, completely full. Lots of people finished. Pharmacological treatment of drug addiction, we don't need that. Alcoholics group, don't need that. Parole hearing is just, yep, it's working. Spiritual guidance, we can run more of that. Oh, we can keep running all that. Keep running it until it bottoms out. There we go, that's it. Solar panel development, we don't need to run that, and it's completely unscheduled anywhere. Conflict resolution, animal therapy, we've just basically ran out of space. It's just a space thing. But there you go. It's in. It's working. We have another cell block. Wow. I mean, naturally then. Cloning. And, yep. Click. Like I say, there's no brakes on this build train. The plan was to get building and get cloning, and that's what we're doing. So, wow. Hey, we've got 100 workers. We might as well put them to work, right? So, 52 prisoners. I was going to say that will take us over our 1,000, but it won't. We can only receive 52, and there's 853 now. Just take us to take us just over 900, but then there's all the releases. Yeah. We're going to leave it there. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Very good progress. Very happy with that. A bit, well, it's just honesty. If you're expecting something different in the next episode, then I'm sorry to disappoint. We're cloning, and we're going to keep cloning until the game breaks. We have a massive issue, an event, a wall collapse or something, or we run out of funds. Those are the options, because this is getting done, and it's sooner rather than later. Hope you have enjoyed it. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.